put on my homer cap real quick for you. The Jets are going 12-5, getting a first-round bye. Home field for at least one game in the playoffs this year. What do you think of that? What do you think of it? That's what I'm saying. 12-5. We're going, guys. 12-5. 12-5. First round bye. Home field playoff game. Guys, it's going to be great. Are you kidding me? We were 2-14 last year. We have a whole roster full of kids. I got a first-time rookie head coach, rookie offensive coordinator. We don't know what these guys are going to do. We have a quarterback. He's never played an NFL game. Mekhi Becton can't stay healthy. I'm telling you, we're going 12-5. I'm telling you, you're out of your friggin' mind.
Yep. All right. Let's see what we got here. I'm trying to figure it out right now. So, bear with me. You guys are animals. I want you to know that. You guys are incredible. Hold on. Let me take the echo off. I can't believe how much Jets talk we really have in us. Isn't it kind of crazy? Isn't it nuts? How much we can do this? So hopefully, I'm on two different internets right now. I don't know. It's a crazy thing, guys. I have literally, I'm on a landline and I have all kinds of stuff. I was so happy and excited to get into this with you guys today, but it doesn't seem to be cooperating with me, and I don't know why. We've had great internet since we've been here. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I back? Am I okay? Do I look all right? That's right, Jordan. Jordan's ready. A-Firm's here. Yeah, look at you guys. What's up, John? That's right. I look better all of a sudden, right? Do I look a little clearer? It is therapy. I hear you. I'm fine, right? It's like, that's great. That's a good one, Bob. That's a good one. It's like Playboy After Dark. Remember that? You like that? I put that on. It was a typo, and I just left it. I said, you know what? Let's see if anybody notices it. Jeremy saw it. I'm green brain. Green brain. So let's do this. You remember illegal cable? Yeah, dude. Yeah. Remember the box? You used to have the cable guy would come. Like if you moved into a new place or whatever, the cable guy would come, and you always have to talk a little code. And you go, it's a bummer, I wish I could get more than just this, but if I had HBO and Showtime and all that, and you go, oh, okay, give me an extra $1.50, and I'll put this box in for you. You guys remember that? I did it every time I ever bought cable when I was an adult. I'd always buy the box, the illegal box. It was so great. It was so great. I don't know where Aunt Gina is, Mess. Like I said, she got sick last week. My poor Aunt Gina, she's been getting beat up these past few months with all this crap. But I think she's around somewhere. She's not here today, though. But so let me ask you this: who's going to? Let me ask you guys, because I'm sincerely curious, because I'm trying to figure out which games I'm going to go to. I really, I want to go to all of them. I'll be real. I want to go. I'm probably going to go to the game in Miami, because I'll be down there during that time. So I'm going to go to that one, most likely. And I'm trying to figure out if I should go to the Carolina game or which home game. I'm thinking home opener. How many of you guys are going to the home opener? And how many of you guys are going to the Carolina game? Anybody? Hey, John Rogers. There he is. It's lunch break, guys. John Rogers is on lunch break. You mind me asking what you do, John? It's okay if you don't want to share that. Just curious. What kind of career do Australians have these days? Cablevision. That was before. Was it Cablevision? Remember, it was like it wasn't the big companies yet. It was like little regional companies. You guys remember Spice? Remember watching Spice with the squiggles? Remember that? I'd come home after a long night of drinking and partying and everything, and it'd be 3 in the morning, and I'd put on Squiggle Spice. Try to watch it. You get 1 second of boob, you know? That the white box thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, dude, Emanon knows. The white, yeah, that's funny, man. That's funny. So are you in Nevada? Is that where you are, Emanon? So let me see here. Let's see. Too many weddings this year. I can go to one game, and I chose Halloween. That's all right. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you can, right? Too many weddings. I get you, man. You're at that age when everybody's getting married. Next, they're all going to have kids. You're going to be at your wife's going to talk to you about going to combo wedding showers. I'm like, I used to tell my wife, I'm not going. What do she'd say, oh, it's not like that anymore. You don't have such antiquated ideas. I'm like, yeah, I hear you. I'm not going. I talk to my friends. Go, you going? They're like, no. I'm like, good. Let's all not go together. Okay. Let's just be, you got to be strong. Then to be that one friend, he's like, dude, where are you guys? I'm like, you lost. So Duncan's going to all the home games. Sounds like a season ticket holder. John's going to the home opener. Nice. Yeah, Friggle D. Remember stealing cables of theft? Yeah, I do remember those. We're like, I'm watching that commercial on a stolen channel. Yeah, that's right, Big Green. We used to sell those. Hey, Gitmo Bob used to use to build and sell those boxes. All right, so let me get to the games. So Jordan says a lot of fans are going to the Carolina game. I know, I hear that. Like I said, Richie from Jets Media is going with his pop. There's a few more guys I was talking to that are definitely going. So if I'm honestly considering that one because my wife and kids, we want to get down to that area to hit an amusement park called Carowinds anyway. I just pitched the stadium to try to see if they'll let me in to do a tour. I want to do. I like when places treat me like I'm a somewhat of a celebrity. Obviously, I'm not, but it's like I try to tell them, hey, if you let me in to do this content, it'll be really good. We could tell people about this, and I'll promote this for you. And a lot of places do it. They go, yeah, man, come on. They give me free this and free that. They tour me around the place and everything. So it's nice. So I'm trying to figure that out. We just pitched Carolina Stadium. I just pitched, although the Washington Stadium, FedEx Field is not doing tours right now. A couple of them aren't. But I just pitched Tampa and Miami, Hard Rock Stadium. I just did MetLife. Few others. So if they let me into Carolina, then I'm definitely going. Definitely going. Edukiyoshi. That's funny, buddy. He says, I used to have that box in my room for educational purposes. Right. You need it. You're educating yourself. I totally support that. So what's Andrews talking about? It's not the uniforms, it's the stories. Lee Harvey, you are a madman. When you stole that cow and your friend made it with the cow, I want to party with you. What is that from? Actually, I feel like I recognize that. Anders, I'm not sure what that is. You got to help me. All right, so let me see who else is going. What's up, Liam Riordan? It's good to see you, buddy. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. There's Edward Ziff. He lives in Raleigh. Want to go to the game in Charlotte, but tickets are so miserably expensive for tickets. I was just me and O'Leary and Ryan after the stream. We were looking at the tickets for the home opener. If you'd like to sit in the last row, 50-yard line on the lower level, you can do that for the very attractive price of $725 per ticket. And I don't care whether I can afford it or not. I don't pay $725 for a ticket to anything, man. I don't do that. I don't want to. That's why. So I hear you, man. In your 40s, you'll never see most of your friends again. That's life. Yep. Friggle D, isn't that the truth? It's the truth. You know what's cool? But when you run into some friends, like you don't see him for 15 years. I just saw a buddy of mine. I was at his wedding in Vegas, and I've never seen him since. Talked a few times on email, but I haven't talked to him in 20 years. No exaggeration. And he saw this stuff. He saw me being GreenBean, and he reached out and he said, "Dude, what is that? What are you doing?" So we had we got on the phone one day. We talked for 2 hours. It was fantastic. So that kind of stuff comes too. But yeah, you just get your little circle and that's it. So Anders is also going to the Halloween game. Well, Friggle D, if we go to if I go to opening day, we're going to do a couple things. Number one, I know Jetnation always has a tailgate, so I'll be over there for a while. But I'll probably make it over to Gotham City Crew as well. I know Joe Blewett and those guys kind of have something. I don't know if I'll end up there, but we'll let everybody know so we can all kind of gather up at a certain time and we'll hang out, man. Take some pictures, film some stuff. Have a good time. Throw the ball around, eat some wings. You know what I mean? I'm this fun. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. If they told me I could lead the Jet chant, I would do a better job than Jetman. No doubt. No doubt in my mind. With all due respect to Jetman, I don't have anything against them. I just don't. I don't find him to be all that. And I don't know. I just don't find him like Fireman Ed got us pumped. Jetman doesn't do that. It's kind of doing the same thing that Fireman Ed did, but not as good. So it's kind of a shame. I would love to lead that chant, man. I would love it. I would take it very seriously. I would. I feel like that chant's everything. It's the lifeblood. It's the connecting tissue, you know? All right, so let me see. What's up? What's up? We can fly over Hard Rock Stadium if you Hey, Gary. Gary, are you for real? Hey dude, we never got look, I'm gonna tell everybody. It's good to see you, Gary. I hope you're still here. Text me and let me know if you're still here. So I want to tell this guy, Gary, Grunman Greaser. He's a guy that worked with me for years, years and years and years. He was a part of the treatment center that I was the director of for years. And then he's still with the company and everything. And throughout that, like when you get sober and everything and you start to want to live your dreams. And he actually wanted to be a pilot. And guess what? He's a pilot, dude. He did the whole thing. I watched the whole progress. But he was supposed to take me up in the plane and it just didn't happen. It didn't work out for one reason or another, weather and all those kinds of things. So when I come down, Gary, let me see if you're still here. Nice. He's still here. Awesome. So when I come down, Gary, I really sincerely want to go up in the plane with you. We'll film a whole bunch of stuff. I always see your videos. I love it. You and your girl. His girl's a pilot too. It's crazy. It's so cool to me. Especially for the idiot you are. I'm just kidding. But you know what? I couldn't be more impressed with Gary. He's a pilot, dudes. He's just, I don't know. He just said, you know what? I want to be a pilot. And he's a pilot. He flies planes around. You guys can actually follow him on Instagram and everything. Grunman Greaser that you see up there right now. He's a great guy. Super funny. Super cool dude. Helps thousands of people. For real. With no exaggeration. Helps so many people get clean and sober. He's a good dude. And I love him. So yeah, Gary, you're going to take me up, buddy. We'll film us flying over Hard Rock Stadium like a day or two before the game. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? All right, I'm gonna reach out. I'm coming down to Florida the second week of November. I'll be over at the Gibbs for Thanksgiving, and then I'll be down there probably till mid-January. Okay, Gary, you're the best. What do you guys think of that? I miss you too, buddy. I do. What do you guys think of that? So Gary, he's gonna take me up in his plane to fly over Hard Rock Stadium before the game so we can get some video and stuff. Probably not during the game, but you know what I mean? Wouldn't that be cool, guys? Wouldn't that be cool? You guys should all give Gary a little bit of love. He's a good dude, man. And he's not out there trying to be a content creator or anything like that. He's just living his dreams. So, all right, Gary, awesome. I love it. Look what he said. You can fly over Hard Rock Stadium if you want. It's the coolest thing. I'm psyched. I'm psyched. All right, let's see what else we got. Thanks, Gary. And we'll talk, man. I promise. I'll reach out. I'll be the one reaching out. Show them some of your stand-up. You want to see my stand-up? You want me to show you guys some stand-up? All right, here's the disclaimer. Okay? I got to write a banner here. Hold on. Hold on. All right, so here's a little disclaimer I put up. So I'm going to tell you right now, my comedy is potentially offensive. Oh, come on. Hold on a second. Hey, I didn't do it right. There it goes. If I show you my comedy, it's potentially offensive. So I'm telling you now. So if you watch it, you can't tell me later you're getting offended. I'm telling you now. I'm giving you the opportunity to leave so you don't get offended. Okay? Okay? So you went just by staying, you're saying that I understand and assume all risks. Okay? This is legal and binding. All right, you ready? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Is everybody okay? Does everybody want to see this? Offend me. Okay, lawyer. I am a lawyer. You don't know that. I'm really not a lawyer, though. I've hung out with enough. I've had enough lawyers in my life. Big Green. Okay, there's 40 of you in here. We'll put a camera underneath the plane. Even better, Gary. That's great, dude. That's the best. Oh, so wait, hold on. Silva, look at this. He sat behind the DeWeese family. Was wearing a Nasruddin. How cool is that? That's pretty incredible, Silv. I like that. All right, Yoshi. So here we go. Silv, we'll talk more about that in a minute. Okay, I want to ask you some questions. All right, so guys, here we go. Now, this is going to be potentially offensive. Okay, last warning.
I think everybody might have a bigger dick hole than me. I don't know what, like, the status with dick holes is. If it's good to have a little one, if it's good to have a big one. But every time I go to a urinal, everybody's piss sounds like... And mine's like... I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. And you want to just go, hey, dude, let me see your fucking dick hole. Come on, man, no, seriously, I'm not fucking, I don't want to suck it or anything, but I just want to see the girth of your fucking dick hole. Let me see your fucking dick hole. I don't know, man. I mean, like, ladies, does it matter how big a guy's dick hole is to you? Yeah, they say it doesn't matter, but I bet it does. Fucking liars.
There you go. There you go. I hope you're not offended. Yeah, maybe, Keith. I showed it one time before. If you were fortunate enough to have been here. Let me see if I'll show you guys one more. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see here. It's a little longer. Hold on. Let me see. What is it? I'm going to look for it. Hold on. I might not have it on here. No, I don't. That's the only one I have on here. Okay. Well, there's your comedy show for tonight. All right. That was a different life. That show was probably 12 years ago or so, something like that. Yeah, it's like 12 years ago. That was the last comedy show I ever did. That was the last one. I did it for a charity. There was a charity going on to help a clubhouse that, you know, gets people sober and stuff like that. So they were doing a comedy show. They asked me to do it because comedy was a thing when I was drinking. I was a, you know, I was a comedian. I was out in LA and New York and everything. And so I got sober, and I was, you know, I was not drinking, and so it was kind of difficult for me to kind of continue. It was a very specific version of myself. So, but I did that show for the charity, and I haven't done it since. That was it. That was the last one. Isn't it funny? Yeah, I know. It's like I got the shaved head and everything, no beard. And when I had the beard at that time, it was like red. I had like a brown red beard. It's crazy, right? Oh, I took all my comedy clips off. You remember, Gary, when I had the stalker, when I had the guy who showed up at my house and everything? But I took off, no, that was like 2007, 2008, something like that. So I took all my comedy off the internet, everything. Even the stuff that I had a small thing on Comedy Central, and that's gone too. But yeah, man. Being offended, small dick holes, right? Let's see what else we got here. That's crazy, Anders. You know somebody too, huh? Beardless Bean. I know. It's weird, isn't it, man? It's weird. I haven't shaved this. I shaved it once in the past 10 years. One time. And that's when my company decided to take company pictures. So I have this weird shaved face. It was like the next day. I'm like, I completely forgot. So, so where's Sylv? So Sylv, tell us. He sat behind the DeWeese family. So did you get to chat with the doctor at all or anything? Did you ask him what he plans to do about you know, guys not getting injured and all? Clearly we're having a rash of injuries right now. So were you able to chat with them at all about anything like that? How happy we are that he's here and all that sort of stuff? And his daughter was wearing a Nasruddin jersey. What a nice obscure pull, right? That's like super cool. Maybe she went to the same school or something. That would have been cool. What's up, Eric Serrato? I see you, buddy. Good stuff. Hey, Rob. Yeah, you're in here for the live version, bud. There you go. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, exactly, MP. People had thicker skins. You hear everybody laughing? There was about, I guess there was like 150 people there. And I did an hour set. I was the headliner. 50 minutes is what I did. I crushed. I crushed. That was a great show. It was a good note to end it on. No, I don't. I have it, but I'm not showing anybody my drinking day comedy. That was gross. Yeah, stalkers are very scary. I don't know, man. I don't know why people get weird. So he wasn't sitting with the family. I only recognized them because the rest of the family had custom jerseys with the Weiss on the back. Besides the one daughter with the nozzle. I got you. I got you. That's still pretty cool, though. That's still pretty cool. That's funny, F Monks. He says, "What's up with our new strength and conditioning coach? Did Adam Gase get rehired as a trainer?" Yeah, you know, maybe he could look a little bit like him. But I'm happy. You know, like the thing is, they brought the guy in that that Robert Saleh worked with in San Francisco. So you think about like when you have a coach like Robert Saleh, like look, you look back, Todd Bowles wasn't exactly a gym rat. Adam Gase barely saw the sun, that guy. Rex Ryan, not exactly a gym rat. Eric Mangini, not exactly a gym rat. Al Groh, same thing. Older though. Parcells, obviously not. You know what I mean? And it goes on and on. Herm was a healthy guy. But when you look at Robert Saleh, who takes fitness to the extreme that he takes it, like he's very fit and strong and healthy and all that. So if he has a guy that is the trainer that he has worked with, he wants to bring him with him, that is a good sign as well. Even though we're having these injuries, like look, an Achilles, dude, what can you do for an Achilles? I mean, Salah even said he works on the elasticity of his tendons. He does everything. Lawson, that is. Like, he does it all. It's a freak accident. It's just one of those things. So it's, it's a shame. But yeah, the trainer is also Robert Salah's get back coach. Isn't that nice? I don't see him freaking out too much as from the head coach position. Like I think he takes that position of leadership very seriously. Like, I think he's still going to get excited and stuff, but I don't know if he'll need a get back coach anymore. Herm was a runner, right? I look like a curly Howard. That's funny. Let's see. When's the next full-time coaster tour vid coming out? Well, Dave, I just put the Kennywood video out, and I'm currently editing the Indiana Beach. So a lot of you guys are from New Jersey or New York, right? Do you guys remember the Jetstar roller coaster at the Seaside Heights Boardwalk? Not the one that fell in the ocean during Hurricane Sandy. That coaster replaced the Jetstar. The Jetstar was there for like 25 years, and then it was done with its shelf life, and they replaced it with the Star Jet. Try to trick everybody into thinking it's the same coaster, but it wasn't. But anyway, that model of coaster, well, that was my first coaster ever. Let me say that first. That was my first roller coaster ever as a kid. I was so afraid of it, but I got on it, and I loved it. So that model of coaster is called. The manufacturer is Schwarzkopf, and the company is and the model is Jetstar. So at one time, those coasters were all over the place. But Anton Schwarzkopf, the engineer, died, and there's no more being built. So over the years, they've slowly been taken down. There's only one more in the entire country. One. There's one left. So I really wanted my kids to experience my first coaster. So I took them to where that coaster is, which is Indiana Beach. And I'm making a video called The Last Jetstar. For them. I'm going to try to be cinematic, see how I can do. I don't have the chops really with editing, but so the Kennywood vid's up now though, man. I appreciate you checking it out, dude. I really do. I'm getting closer to the threshold. If you guys haven't subscribed to Full Time Coaster Tour, it would be appreciated. I'm close. I'm only like 100 and change away, and I have the 4,000 hours. So it'd be cool, man. I know, right, Nix? If I could donate my Achilles, would you? Would you do it? Joseph Grana, what are you saying? GreenBean, your reality and honesty are so humble and identifiable for real people. It's contagious and addicting. It's always a pleasure being a Jets junkie with you. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that, Joseph. I do. Every time I start talking like that, there's a voice in my head telling me I'm saying too much. Seriously, it could all backfire later. There are people out there that hate me. I don't know why, but they do. They hate me. Like, they stop by videos, they DM me, tell me I suck. I'm a loser. I'm an old man who shouldn't do this, trying to be like, I got just 2 weeks ago, somebody told me that I was an old loser trying to act cool with the young guys. You know what I mean? Something like that. I was like, okay, well, what the fuck is it? What's the to you? But there are people that every video I have, they come and they say something. So I just feel like people are later on, this will all come back to bite me in some way. I don't know. But I appreciate you saying that, because then it makes me think, why not talk? Like, right? Why not? What do I care? I'm not doing anything wrong. At least I think. That's right, man. See, our coach, think about that. We came from Adam Gase, who didn't even stand up during the games. He sat on the bench while the game was being played, dude. Our head coach is sitting on the bench writing in a book while the game is being played. Like, I still can't swallow that one. Now we have a coach that before the games, he's running up and down the stadium steps, kind of keeping in shape and getting that Zen kind of feeling about the stadium. He's becoming one with the stadium. I love it. I love it, dude. Yeah, Herm. I liked Herm too. You know, he had his gaps. You know what I mean? Herm sucked at clock management. He was not a very good in-game coach as far as being able to out-coach someone. He just wasn't. He was actually quite poor. Remember, he hired that other coach specifically to be a game management coach. Remember that? But other than that, like I liked Herm. I did. And we had some nice winning seasons under him. And I think he got players to play for him. He was a passionate dude and they knew it was real. That's the thing about Herm. But we actually, think about this. We traded Herm Edwards to the Chiefs for what was it, a second and a third or a third and a fifth, something shit like that. Remember? It's crazy. The Jets have actually had a coach trade thing more than once. So like we ended up giving a first, no, we ended up receiving a first round pick. I think it was a first and a third for Bill Belichick when he went to the Patriots. And then we received this third and a fifth when we traded Herm to the Chiefs. It's crazy. Like what other teams has this going on? Isn't it nuts to think about? We've had two situations where we traded coaches. Let me see what they're talking about. It's kind of crazy. All gas, no gas. That's right, Eminon. Let me see where. Thank you, Dave Rochford. I appreciate that. Nah, Friggle. Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it, but there's some older dudes. I don't know why. It is though. Like one guys or this, you know. You look at their channels, they're like, you know, you can find out stuff about anybody. But it's like they're like, you know, they're my age or a little older. It's weird. I don't know why. People just people want to hate, dude. That's right, Liam. I'm cool. Well, you're cool to me. People really are haters, dude. Like people take great delight in hating. Like, look at this. You know damn well that if Sam Darnold plays well, especially week one, but all year in Carolina, let's say Sam Darnold has a 3,200 yard season and Zach Wilson has a 2,800 yard season. Do you know what's going to happen, right? And I don't know if you're one of these guys or what, but you know it's coming. All the people are that were on the Sam side, keep Sam side of things, dude. They're waiting to hate on Joe Douglas. They're waiting. There's a lot of desired, like there's a lot of hatred out there. People are waiting to pounce. Like the fact that Denzel Mims and Ashton Davis and Jabari Zuniga are injured and all that. Like people are talking about, you know, Joe Douglas sucking. You know, we don't know what he did in this draft. His first draft sucked, which I don't think it did. I loved his first draft. It's going to take some time. But, you know, but that's the thing. Like people, I honestly believe that there are fans that would rather be right than the Jets being good. Like they would rather Sam throw 5 touchdowns against us and kill us just to prove their point from 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago. You know what I mean? So it's weird. It's a weird thing. I don't know. I get it. I do. But I'm not wound that way. You know? Frankie. GreenBean Media is expanding. Yeah, we'll get some stuff going. We got stuff we're working on, right, Frankie? Right, Jeremy? That's it. Hey, Jets by Jimmy. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. People love the anonymity of the internet, right? If you can't say something to someone's face, oh, yeah, Duncan, that's the way I see it, but that's not the way it is anymore. People get like, you know, they create all these phantom accounts just so they can be douchebags. Isn't it nuts? Just so they can do that. They have hidden accounts so you can't figure out who it is. And they go, hey, you're an asshole. You're fat. You're ugly. That's what they do. Oh, we got a super chat. Let me see what we got here. Hey, Sylv, thank you, buddy. Sylv Scouts, I appreciate it. First super chat. Well, congratulations. I'm grateful, appreciative. that it was for me. It's a small amount, but I see you as genuine and amazing fan, and more importantly, person. You were meant to do this. Edge rusher trade. Look, first I'll say thank you. I appreciate it. I mean that. I do. Those words are not lost on me. I don't just say it's not obligatory that I say I appreciate that. Um, Edge rusher trade. Let me tell you, I don't think so. I really don't. Unless there's like an opportunity to like do like a DeAndre Hopkins, like the Cardinals did last year. Like the Texans go, hey, you can have DeAndre Hopkins for a second and an old running back. Oh, like if somebody said, you can have DeAndre Hopkins for a second and Tevin Coleman. You're like, hello, you know. So something like that happens where like the Cardinals say, give us a fifth for Chandler Jones. You go, okay, you do it. Other than that, I'm going to be real honest. I don't see it. I think Joe Douglas is going to play the game that he has set up. He has all these young people around. He has 11 draft picks for next year. He has the second position on the waiver wire, and I think he's going to use it. There is going to be a guy cut that shouldn't be cut. Now, maybe if he could trade a player for player, like somebody we're going to cut for somebody else kind of a thing. Maybe they don't want to, they don't think they're going to get him on the waiver wire because whatever. And they say, hey, will you give us a this for that? I could see that too. But I don't think Joe Douglas is going to give up anything higher than a fourth for an edge rusher. I don't see it. Like I said, unless there's an opportunity to do so, like a really golden opportunity that you can't pass up. Like remember in 2010 when the Steelers said you can have Santonio Holmes for a fifth? Like, dude, as much of a jerk as he was, you do that every day of the week. Santonio Holmes was the MVP of the Super Bowl, and he was a great receiver in his prime. So, and he was great for us too. That year he was anyway. So anyway, that's what I think, Sylv. And thank you again, my friend. See you, Will Collins. Greenbean, I think the best of fans gravitate towards you and your insightful words. About to go on a road trip for 2 weeks and know I will only get a small taste of what you're experiencing with your family. Thank you. Yeah, man. Awesome. Good for you, Will. Truth. I think road trips are the best, man. I just couldn't love it more, honestly. Let me know where you're going. If you ever need tips, ask Big Green. Big Green hits me up all the time. Hey, what do you know about this place? What do you know about that place? Big Green and I missed each other in Ogunquit, Maine by like a week, So, and then we ended up meeting in New York, closer to where he lives. But yeah, man, let me know if you ever need any tips or anything. I'm all over the place. I know so much about so many places. I really do. You want to know where the pizza is or something? Let me know. But good for you, man. I know, Dave. Who has the time and effort to hate? What the fuck? People are dicks besides everyone in the chat. That's right. That's good. I like that. Exactly. Then when yep, exactly. That's so funny. Kinko. It's so funny. Then when we're good, they're at the front of the line. It's just a funny thing. Like there are people like that I talk with on Jetnation. Like, the chat. If you guys haven't seen Jetnation, I should actually show you guys. Show you what it looks like. But it's such an incredible place. But there are people in there that the moment something happens, they pounce. Like the fact that Denzel Mims didn't practice this week, they're like, that's because Joe Douglas sucks. Everybody in the NFL passed on him. And it's like, I don't know. Why is that? Like, and it doesn't matter. It comes out every time. Every time something happens. That's the first thing they go. It's like they hate Denzel Mims. They want him to fail. Like, I don't know. I don't know why. I really don't. But you're right. When it's the front of the line. Jeremy, Jet fans rooting for Sam can beat us to beat us can eat my genitalia. Right. I agree. Peter Olson, what's up, buddy? Just tuned in. Don't let the haters get you down. Not that I think you are. Right. Well, thank you. I'm telling you, man, it's you guys. Like it's like, look, in comedy, there's this philosophy. not really a philosophy, but it's like a mentality. And there's a little thing that comedians call the face, right? So you can be in a room, you're at a comedy club, there's 300 people, it's packed, and 299 people are laughing their ass off and loving you. Then there's one guy staring at you like this, and for some reason the light's on his face. You can always see that person. He's like glaring. It happens every time. And then you become consumed with this one person, and you want so badly to make him laugh. You try to think, what is it about? What is he not like? And it's, you got to be careful because it'll take over the show. But yeah, comedy, a lot of comedians talk about that. The face is in the audience. So, but that's the funny thing. I can have a whole bunch of great comments, and there's one like, you're a loser. And for some reason, that's the one you think about more. But I get past it. Jets by Jimmy's checking in. Not Jets related, but can I just bring up that my New York Yankees are on an absolute tear right now? Are they good? That's good. I stopped watching the Yankees some years ago. I used to go to all the games, sit in the bleachers and stuff. I met a girl at the Yankee game one time. It was fantastic. Just met this girl. She was with her friends. I was with my friend. We just met. We were outside smoking a cigarette. And next thing you know, I hung out with her like 10 times. It was great. Good times. Doesn't happen a lot for me. It's just like, hey, how you doing? Let's hang out. Okay. And we did. That's fun when that happens. Let's see. Rob says, every year I think the Jets can go to the Super Bowl. I've taken a lot of heat for the last 44 years. Tell me about it, Rob. On my Jetnation signature, like, you know, you set up your little account and everything, but on my signature, it says, why must the Jets make it possible? Or wait, what is it? Why must the Jets make it possible for me to get ridiculed at work every single year? I put that in there when I signed up in 2007, 2008. I just put it in there real quick. And I said, I'll take it off when it doesn't apply anymore. It's applied every single year, dude. Why must the Jets make it possible for me to be ridiculed at work every year? Why? Well, good. I'm glad the Yankees are winning for you guys. Seriously. Yeah, I know. Samini, dude, that guy's a scrub. He really is. But the problem is, I guarantee ESPN likes it. Like, he's doing a good job. Like, he gets people fired up. Even me. I mean, I don't I don't read his stuff. I don't do anything. So I don't support him in any way. But it's like, I mean, lots of people, he gets hundreds of comments every article, people arguing with him. ESPN says, hey, great job. So why wouldn't he keep doing it? His employer loves it. So I can't, I wish people would make their living being positive, but such is life, I suppose. Let's see. I'm not reading it yet, but here we go. Biggest Dickus says, I know you get annoyed by it, but I love how much you mute yourself on accident or you lag out. It's funny as hell, and I kind of your trademark. I know. It's a bad trademark, though, Biggest Dickus. It is. Like, but the thing is like, honest to God, I'm traveling. Like, I never know what my internet situation is going to be until I get there. And believe me, we check. Like, I have choices when I'm going places, and we do all the research we can. We read the website, we read reviews on the internet, the Wi-Fi. Sometimes people go, perfect Wi-Fi, it's great. And then I get there and it sucks. So, but thank you. I appreciate that. I hope it's charming. I had somebody tell me not too long ago, a good supporter said, it's kind of getting old these days, Bean. You got to figure it out. I said, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I wish I could figure it out. I wish there was a way to stop it. People tell me they're getting 500 megabytes of Jesus. If I get 20, I'm like, we're good tonight, baby. I was on a stream one time with Richie, Jets Media. I was a guest on there. I had 0.9 megabytes per second upload. I just sat there. I didn't want to move. I didn't want to do anything to make myself. I knew I was glitchy. I just hoped they could hear me. 0.9. Not even one. Let's see. Radovan Merkovic says, in all honesty, do you think Robert Saleh's first-year defense will be worse than Greg Williams? I don't. And the reason is because it's not predicated on the creation of things from the coach, right? So it's not contingent upon guys being able to blitz and be exotic and all that. There's a firm system that guys can get comfortable within. Okay, like as much as I like Greg Williams, and I'll never say otherwise. Like Greg Williams is my kind of football, just like Rex Ryan is my kind of football and all that. But I do prefer a four-man front. I love 4-3. I love 4-2-5. I love that stuff. I love a four-down lineman thing. So I think the fact that we have four down linemen where guys can actually get comfortable in their role, not be asked to do different things all the time and all that, I think it's going to settle in. I think our guys are going to be real comfortable, and I think they're going to do well. So I don't think it's going to be worse than last year. I think we might not be as good as 2 years ago when Greg Williams pulled a top 5 defense out of his butt. But I think we're going to be middle of the pack defense. If Carl Lawson and Vinny Curry and Zuniga, if all those guys played, I think we're going to be top 10 defense without question. But it's going to be rough. It all depends on how our cornerbacks do, you know. But I like our cornerbacks. I do. There's a lot of question marks, and I'm with that. But I like that we're kind of rolling. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got in the house. We brought in a bunch of young guys, hungry, hardworking, athletic. Let's see what they can do by week 10. Let's see what we have here. Emanon says, Greenbean, you need to switch sides with Matt when you do your Tuesday night show. You are always behind the chat. Is that right? I'm behind the chat? Is that real? Number one, I can't choose sides. Ryan does all that. Ryan's the unquestioned leader of that situation, man. That's Ryan's house. He knows what he's doing. But that's fine. I didn't know I was behind anything. It blocks me? Like right now, you see it? No, I'm not blocked by anything. I don't know. Forgot I didn't have my hat on. It's important. Open pies? What's that, NPC? Open pies? Why not call it a pie? What's he talking about? Now I got to scroll up and see what the hell he's talking about. I don't know. Let's see what else we got. Youth movement in secondary. Right on, Emanon. Dude, it's exciting. Like, look, now that Carl Lawson isn't playing and Vinny Curry's not playing, it's a bummer. There's no other way to say that. But honest to God, this is an evaluation year anyway. Isn't it can you flip your thoughts and kind of embrace the idea like, okay, man, let's see what these young guys got. I'm really hoping Zuniga can put a string of games together, man, because I love his game. He just can't see, and he couldn't stay healthy in college too. So it's more than likely going to be an issue with him. But I'm really hoping. I would love to see Rashid and JFM and Huff and Zuniga. I really want to see these guys. You know, Jonathan Marshall. And dude, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. So that's exciting to me. It's like I love preseason. I love it. Salty Nuts is here. What's up, buddy? Rick B, what's up with you, man? Yeah, but how does that affect if I move sides, Jeremy? Jeremy says he means you see the chats a long time after they're typed, but it's because you try to address so many of them. Yeah, that's what's really going on. I try to talk to everybody in there. I'm always talking to you guys in the chat. It's why I can't seem to listen to the damn show. But that's the dynamic that we worked out. You know what I mean? So like I try to keep engaged with the chat because it's hard to, like, you got to think if somebody asks a question in the chat and we talk about it for 5 minutes or even 2 minutes, by the time we're done talking about that, 250 chats went by. So we can't get to them all. So the idea is we'll grab one We'll talk about it. And then in the meantime, I'm kind of letting you guys know that we do care. We're at least listening to you. So O'Leary and myself, we try to kind of tag team that and get in there. You know what I mean? But I don't know how me being on one side or the other would have any relevance on that, Jeremy. So why don't you shut up, man? Right now, the chat is on the right side of my screen. Right. But the chat blocks the part of the actual screen. It's on the screen itself. It's not off to the side. Check your settings, like on the bottom right of the video on YouTube. Click one of those little squares. See if it moves things. Sometimes it'll put it below it. My chat is on the side of the screen. Oh, on your TV. That's what he's talking about, Jeremy.
What do you think of that? Hey, what are you doing? Hi.
It's good to see you. Oh, yeah, it's good to see you. Get that guy out of here. Let's see. Young linebackers, young secondary, wait and see season. Dude, let me tell you, how long have we been asking for an offense? Right? Remember Bryce Petty throwing to Javon Curse? You know what I mean? Like McCown with Hackenberg on the sideline. Like, dude, Sanchez, like just so many, like we've had such a hard time getting an offense together. Joe Douglas used in the last 2 years his top two picks in 2020 on offense, offensive line, wide receiver. This year, two firsts, offense, quarterback, offensive line, second round, wide receiver. Third round, he didn't have any, but fourth round, running back. Like, dude, we're fine. And then our two biggest the biggest free agent was Corey Davis, and then we signed Keelan Cole. So dude, like he's bringing in offense. He brought Tyler Croft in, you know? So it's like, I think what we're really trying to do, like while we're evaluating which guys on this defense are keepers or even worth developing, the offense is going to learn to score points while this is happening. By the time the defense catches up, like 2022, when we're using 3 of the top 4 picks on defense, the offense is going to have a whole year under their belt playing together. That's the goal. Zach Wilson's going to be playing with Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, Denzel Mims, his offensive line, Michael Carter, for a full year. And then we start working on the defense, and we got this juggernaut building. Our offense is going to be together for 5 years, dudes. 4 or 5 years. That's incredible. We have not seen that in a very long time. So that's the thing. So if you have live chat up on the full screen, it'll take a piece of the screen. It won't just push the chat off. When I do it, I don't see the chat. But he's on a TV, so who knows? Maybe it's different. I appreciate you guys trying to help everybody. Help me. Briggle D, did I not say Bryce Petty? Did I say Richard Petty or something? That's very possible. It's like before I was talking about Fred Warner. I do it all the time. I call him Wagner all the time. I mix them up. That's what I do. I do that with lots of guys. Like, it's funny. I always mix up the months, July and January. I do it all the time. Every time I'm saying January, but I mean January, I say July, and vice versa. Just something that I'm broken. If I have a severed cord in there. But yeah, so it was funny though. Somebody actually wrote, like, I think you mean Fred Warner. I'm like, yeah. What I say, Wagner again? Like, yeah, what you said. Did I say Richard Petty? Let's see. What was a wild take? What did I say? Yeah. Oh, that was weird with the thing. Let me see. I like the fact GreenBean engages the chatters doing. Yeah, that's the whole thing, right? Right, Salty? So that's what we're doing. We're trying to make sure you guys know. Number one, you guys are good all by yourselves because the chat is so good. Like honestly, even this one, like the chats, you guys in these chats when we do live streams are awesome. So good, man. So much interaction with each other. It's fucking great. It's like a whole bunch of friends hanging out. Like, look, we got 65 people in here right now. Then when we do the Thursday debates, I usually get anywhere from 100 to like 150-ish, usually. And then when we do Ryan streams, there's like 350 to 400 all the time. And you guys are all in there talking, most of it anyway. And it's so killer, all the stuff. So we want you to know, man, like, yes, we're talking about this, but we're looking. There are live streams. Let me tell you, I've been on live streams where they never acknowledge the chat. Like, why is it even there? Sometimes I seriously wonder, like, why? We've been talking for an hour. You've never once looked at the live stream. I don't know. That's what they want to do. That's fine, but I don't get it. Like, to me, I value your presence. I'm like, yeah, let me talk to these guys. You know what I mean? Let me talk to these fellas. So Victor Rosario says, I've reserved my thinking to the fact that this D is going to be bad, but if Zach has a couple of 300-yard games, which is possible, aren't we ecstatic? My point exactly, Victor. I agree. Like, look, if we're losing, let's say we're a 5-12 team. All right, let's say that. But we lose like 6 or 7 games by a field goal, and it's like 34 to 30, 31, 30. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Aren't you going to be happy? I mean, obviously, we want to win more games than that. But, dude, like, let's say that it's just shootouts all year. Zach Wilson's thrown for 300 yards a week. I'm going to be happy about that because we already know our defense is young. We know, like Victor said, he reserved the right to believe. And it's like, okay, I'm not getting too excited. Now, they might do. We have a lot of potential on that defense. So they might end up being better than we think, especially if the guys we had up front were there. But they're not. So let's just temper our enthusiasm for what it really is. It's not about wins and losses this year. While we all want to win, I want to win every game. But that's not what it's about. It's about getting these guys the experience so we can know who we have to build with and who we don't. Like at the end of the year, guys like Blake Cashman, Jabari Zuniga, Ashton Davis, some of the cornerbacks, Blesson Hall, we're going to know. Do they deserve to be here? Or have they already hit their ceiling? And if they have, let's freshen up. Let's build with the guys that are worth building with. Let's develop the guys that are worth developing. And let's clean the rest out and replace them with guys that we believe are worth developing. Chuma Edoga, those guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's just time. Ooh, Frankie, look at this. This is what Frankie and Jeremy are in there chatting. You guys know about their show on Sunday nights? They go, if you go to YouTube, type in Frankie from Flatbush, that he has a channel. It's good too. He's not making the waves yet, like I think he will, but it's a good channel, man. He makes good what's the word I'm looking for? Not inquisitive. Thought provoking. Let me say that. Thought provoking content. But he and Jeremy have a show on Sunday nights at 7. It's like Calm and Chaos, I think, something. But it's good. It's funny. It's interesting. I like it. So anyway, they're in here arguing. He says Zach's going to throw for 400 yards 5 times this season. Hey, why not? I don't know. That'd be fantastic. If he does that, that's already 2,000 yards just by itself. So that's 5 games through for 2,000 yards. You think he's going to, in the rest of the 12 games, he can't throw for 2,000 more? So I don't know. What was a wild take, Jeremy? I know I'm a little behind right now, but tell me. Yeah. Let's hope Becton can keep himself on the field. Oh my God, it's like, well, listen, Nolte, what he's played both games. I think a lot of people are making a lot out of nothing with this guy. He's been fine the entire time. He's been fine. He looks healthy. He's lost a little bit of weight, but even the weight is still there, but he's turning it in more into muscle. He looks healthy, and dude, he's looked really good in the games. And granted, preseason, right? But he's looked good. And practice is what he's using practice to practice things. Don't forget, there were, Morgan Moses and George Fant have been taking him aside numerous times during practice, and they're teaching him things. So he's working on different techniques in practice. And the beat just goes, oh, Becton got beat again today. It's like, yeah, he's working on something. He's figuring something out. Let him practice. Everybody, it's like we treat practices like they're the games, and they're not. Practices, we're just like Zach Wilson said it perfectly, man. He said, I'm trying to see what I can do. I'm trying to test and see what is it that I can do and what can't I do. Practice is where to do that. And then the talking heads go, oh, he's gonna fucking do that, blah, blah, blah. He's gonna be a risk taker. And dude, it's practice. Practice is where to practice things. So I like that we're having a hard time in practice, and then we go in the game and we look pretty good. And even the games right now are practice. Right, Nick Hunter. So anyway, John, I don't know if I feel the same way about Becton. He hasn't been injured like it seems like he had. Every week there's a Becton crisis. And I hope he's okay today. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's just more precautionary stuff. So Joe Douglas is already miles better than McCagney and Izek. I couldn't agree more. Right, let's all go over to Frankie from Flatbush's channel and give him a sub. Let's get him 50 subs right now. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be great. Let's see. Yeah, if you go, you can also like this vid too. That'd be okay. So easy to do. Boop, one click. I'm gonna like it too. Let me see. I didn't even like it yet. That's okay. I can't do all that right now. I'll end up fucking. All right. So what are we saying? I bet you that's funny. I bet you say that to all the chats. That's so good. That is so good, man. Thank you for that. So, all right, here we go. Is Matt Amendola the real thing? I'll be honest, I have no idea. I'll tell you what, though. Having 5 kicks in one game from the varying distances that he did obviously the point afters, but he had, which he was 2 for 2, and then he had a 54, a 46, and a 33, and they were all split in the uprights. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? Now, let's see how he does this week. Like I said, if Borregales still shook free, I would still take him. I would. I don't care. I would still take him. Yeah, exactly, Jeremy. It's funny. You guys know Jeremy writes an article for GreenBeanjetsfan.com, which there's only 2 more left. I'll release the other one tomorrow. I was supposed to release it today, and honest to God, I fucking forgot. But every week or two, I keep telling him, hey, his name is Kellen. So it's like me with Wagner. I'm like, with one day I said, Jeremy, look, we got to get this right. It's because if I miss it in the article, right? I'm like, Jeremy, it's Kellen. He's like, I can't get it. It's one of those things. We all have those little bugaboos, little things that happen. No draw. Let's see. So yeah, don't forget to like this video. And if you haven't subbed, it would really be a good thing if you did. If you haven't subbed to Full Time Coaster Tour, I would appreciate that too. So easy to do. So I'd appreciate it. All right, let's do a few more, and then we'll shake out of here. I think in a little while. Let me see. That's right, and not for nothing. So Eminon says we need clock management, ground and pound, bend don't break defense. Now the thing with ground and pound is that I don't want to be a running team, but I want to be an effective running team that opens up, that lets them know you can't, I want them to know that we can run the ball effectively, 5 yards at a clip, 5 yards at a clip, 5 yards at a clip. That's what I want. But I want them to not be able to key on one aspect of what we're doing. You want to put 8 in the box and let Zach beat you, he'll do just that. So they have to go back. You want to keep them on their heels. Mike LaFleur looks like, and this is just, it's said so much, guys, but we rarely see it, is you take what the defense gives you. If they're giving you one chunk of the field, hit them there. If they're giving you one aspect of your game, hit them there. Don't try to force everything. Like, make them adjust. Make them constantly adjust to what you're doing, and you stay one step ahead. That's what I want to see, and it looks like LaFleur can do that. Now, the other thing about bend, don't break, as bad as I thought we looked defensively in that game, when it came down to scoring, we stopped them. Like, we were able to hold them. So even though they gashed us for large chunks at a time, we held. So that bend don't break thing is real. So it's like, they take a minute to kind of get it, and then they get it. I would be fine with that. Yeah, Dave, that's funny. Dave Rochford. You mean we actually score more than 2 touchdowns? Are we in another universe? Oh, that's so good. Yeah, right? More than 2 touchdowns. Dude, how wasn't there like 5 weeks in a row we didn't score like 10 points or something? Right? Something like that. Dude, last year was the worst football I ever saw with the New York Jets. I saw worse football down at FIU or, you know, stuff like that. But for the New York Jets, that was the worst football I ever saw. And you guys know we would do the live streams and it would just be like, what are we watching? If it wasn't for the chat in the live streams, I'm telling you, I don't know if I could have did it. I wouldn't watch it. I would end up turning it off in the third quarter. Like, screw this, man. It was so boring. On top of just being miserable and sucking, like, and losing, it was boring. Like, at least Kotite's teams always had some fight. They were good. They had skills. Keyshawn, Jeff Graham, Adrian Morrell. They were skilled guys, and they were good. They just kept losing at the end of the game. They couldn't seem to get a win. This was the worst team I ever saw. And the coach wouldn't even talk to his quarterback. And we have no quarterback coach. Dude, seeing Sam Darnold sit alone on the bench after he throws a pick was an absolute travesty for me. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, dude, what is this? It's crazy. Right, Nolte. At least it'll be more interesting to watch. The worst. So NPC, after this year, other players are going to want to play for us, I bet. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it really just boils down to money. But we're not going to have to pay what is affectionately labeled the Jets tax. Like, guys are going to want to play for Saleh and LaFleur and Ulbricht, and they know that we're a on the level organization. We're not going to break the bank for anybody. That's fine. We'll pay the appropriate price, but we have guys you want to play for and other players you want to play with. I think so too. I do. Matt Bean. That's funny. That's right. We heard it here. Frankie says 5 games of 400 or more yards, or at least 400. Oh, Friggle D says 5 of 350. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. I never thought it'd feel like 1996 and last year in money. Yeah, that's the thing. I honestly told my son, you'll never see Jets football like we were. We'll always be better than that. And not 3 years later, it was worse. I remember saying that to him. Like, no, it'll never be that bad again. It can't be that bad again. But it was every bit and worse. Dude, rooting for your team to go winless, and that's where the fun is. That's a new low, dude, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the year, I always root for a couple losses to kind of keep us in a certain pick range. But rooting for us to go winless, to be only, the third winless team or the second winless team ever, it's not cool. And I was absolutely rooting for that. Yeah, Bob. You mean running Gore up the middle wasn't innovative? Yeah, imagine that. Like, I think that Gase just decided, like, this year sucks. This year's a wash, and I'm going to help one guy who's loyal to me, who likes me, and I'm going to help him get closer to the to other milestone. What is he, third on the all-time list? He's not going to get there. He needs like 1,500 more yards now. He needed like 20 some, I forget what it was, like 2,500 yards. He's never going to get that. Nobody's hiring him now. I mean, dude, somebody would have to be decimated. Think about that. The two running backs that we went into last year thinking are going to carry us, both of them are unemployed today. The season's about to start. Le'Veon Bell and Frank Gore are both home. Le'Veon Bell's not even getting a whiff. Nobody wants him. Threw his last two organizations under the bus. Screw him. Yeah, right, Yoshi? It's like we couldn't care less. Honest to God, I really wanted to lose. When Greg Williams called that zero blitz, now I don't like that it was on Lamar Jackson. Like, sucks. He's an undrafted free agent rookie, forced to start, and he's on an island versus Ruggs. Like, so I don't like that it was on him. But when that play happened, I was like, yeah! Like when they scored, I thought that game was a wrap, and they won. So I was like, all right, the dream's alive. I wanted Trevor. I'm happy we have Zach now, but at that point, oh, good question. Good question. Robert Small. I hope I said that right. Robert Small. Does Vincent Smith make the team? Now, this is a good question. I will tell you right now, Vincent Smith is going to make the team. If we let's do this. You got Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, Denzel Mims, Jamison Crowder, Keelan Cole. They're locks. 5 receivers. 5. If we keep 6, it's going to be Vincent Smith. If we keep 7, it's going to be Vincent Smith and Berrios, and that's what we're going to see. I think we're going to keep 7. Then guys like Lawrence Cager, maybe DJ Montgomery, they're going to go to I don't know if Montgomery still can. I'm unsure. But Cager can. They're going to go to the practice squad. Jeff Smith might be able to as well. That's what I think. Did I say Crowder? I said Crowder, right? Moore, Davis, Cole, Mims, Crowder. Yeah. Okay. So I think Vincent Smith, as much as I like Berrios, when you put the two next to each other, I think although Berrios has a healthy thing going on, Vincent Smith has had injury. So I think Vincent Smith offers more upside than Berrios. So it's going to be a tough one for them, though. Which one? I know Berrios plays special teams, but so does Vincent Smith. So I don't know. It's a good question, though, man. Who gets the number 1 pick after this season? Texans. Dude, What a slapstick organization that is, huh? Slapdick. Dude, they had a division champion team and they purposely dismantled it. And you couldn't foresee the Deshaun Watson baloney. But even before that, it was destroyed. They destroyed their team. They had a great team, dude. I don't know what they're thinking. Let's see. Alex Roig. How about all the mainstream media getting on the Zach train? I'm watching those videos all day. It feels good to finally have something going for us. Well, you know, Zach's quarterback average is the best out of all quarterbacks in the preseason, so that's a good sign. Like, it's one of those things. It's like you got to find the balance, right? It's like you don't want to go nuts. Oh, like I saw memes today talking about, just how lucky we are to not have the number one pick because then we would have taken Trevor Lawrence. Like, I'm not there. I think Trevor Lawrence is an amazing quarterback. He's going to be fine. Urban Meyer is an issue, but I think he's going to be good. He made quite a few very difficult throws and all that stuff. Their offensive line is no fun. But I'm happy with Zach. Don't get me wrong. I am. But I'm not all the way on that. But I do think that Zach Wilson, dude, he looks good. And he looks good in the important ways. He looks good with his calm demeanor in the pocket, his ability to scan, come off of his first read, his second read too, stay in the pocket before he, remember Sam, you get all freaked out and just run. Like, he's not doing that. A couple times he floated out, rolled out a little bit, but that's fine. His read, the first and second read were gone. Okay, great. So he's shown the ability to work on the things like the really important stuff right now. Like, we already know we can throw the ball. We already know all that stuff. I want to see how he handles the NFL defenses. And he looks good. That's all I want to see. Nice progression. Nice progression. So I'm psyched about it. Yeah, Jeremy says Vincent Smith too. Yeah, I think Vincent Smith is going to stick, man. That's what I think. Briggle D says, I'll be honest, when they hired Gase, it broke me as a fan. I rarely watch the games. I regained hope when they hired JD. Yeah. Let me tell you, I was on Jetnation that day. I was so into the idea of hiring Mike McCarthy. Like, I couldn't believe that there was a Super Bowl winning coach that wanted to be with the Jets and he wanted to coach Sam Darnold. That was why he wanted to come. I was like, dude, it's like perfect timing. Then when it looked like we weren't going to take him, but we liked Matt Rule, I was like, okay, man, I like Matt Rule. This is interesting. I didn't like Kingsbury all that much, but he was like my third. I thought the idea of Adam Gase I thought it was not a joke, but that's just stuff people are saying. So I was like on Jet Nation for days, like reading every little snippet about anything the Jets were looking for as a coach. When they said that Adam Gase was hired, I swear I thought it was a fake report. I waited like an hour, like reading everybody talking about it. I'm like, no way, this is not real. This is stupid. I knew at that moment when it was real. I said the next at least year, because who knows, every now and then you can fire a coach after 1 year. Said at least year, probably 2 or 3, we're going to suck. And that's terrible. We're going to ruin Sam's career. Like the whole thing, I knew it. Same thing. I'm like, this is miserable. I was miserable. So I'm with you. I missed a super chat, did I? Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you, man. I'm Striker. I'm sorry, my friend. Really, my bad, dude. I completely missed it. So thank you. I do appreciate it, man. 99% sure drive one. We see a deep play action pass. Sam to Robbie. I bet. So let me ask you this, Striker. What are the results of that play? I think there's a very good chance of that in the first drive. I think you're right. Especially with McCaffrey taken so much of the focus from the defense, a young defense, right? A young defense. So they're going to be spooked by the presence of McCaffrey, right? So what do you think? Do you think what do you guys think? Number one, you think that's accurate? Number two, what do you think? Is it going to be a completion or are we going to stop it? That's a great little tidbit. What do you guys think? Let's see what Sub say. I'm hoping batted down. Okay, I'm hoping batted down, but we are the Jets, right? So we know how this goes. Sad to say. I know. I hear you, man. I hear you. Where'd it go? Robbie's going to ball game one. We're going to have to score. Well, see, the thing is this. I got to tell you, honestly, I'm not so scared of it. Like, did you see Sam had a game? He played in the game last week. He was 1 for 2. They let him throw 2 passes. The one completion that he had was to Robbie, and Sam's feet were doing this. He was doing the happy feet dance. Not a lot, but it was there. He was shaky and tense, and he force fed it to Robbie. The pass was good, the play was good, but you can see the difference between Sam Darnold back there and Zach Wilson back there. It's different. So I don't know. I think you're dead on that we're going to see that. As long as, like, if they run it once, run it twice, and it doesn't work, then maybe not. But I think it's a good chance. But I don't know, man. I don't know if Sam and Robbie are going to be in sync right off the bat. What do you guys think? There's no chance. Liam says there's no chance Sam hits a deep ball. He's going to get mono again. That's funny. Not funny, but um, we cover it. Braden says we cover it. NPC says interception. That'd be great. You think Marcus May interception, right? Coming up in from the safety position. That'd be great. So Eminon saying Sam goes deep to Robbie or offensive holding against the Panthers. That'd be interesting, right? Frankie thinks Sam gets a sack before throwing the ball. That'd be great. Now, when Lawson was playing, I think that was very possible, man. I think play one, he was going to get sacked. That's what I was thinking. First drive, he's getting a sack. So I don't know. I think it's very possible. I'm going to tell you my honest thought at Strike is it's an incomplete pass. Whether it's blocked or whether Sam just overshoots him or undershoots him. Because we saw it too much. I don't know why it's going to change down there. You know what I mean? Yoshi says, I say Sam overthrows him or ball sails out of bounds. Right. Friggle D says overthrow by Sam. This is good. Irving has a PFF of 58, Alpine 48, Paradis 63. He's the leader there, man. Paradis is still a good center, though, man. And he's a leader. He's very respected, too. Miller 61, Moten 81. So it's a little bit all over the place. So got to get a pass rush on him. Maybe the first play out of nowhere is a blitz from Salah. Imagine that. Nobody would see it coming. Interception by Guidry. That'd be hilarious. That'd be fantastic. I'd love it. Oh, holy shit. MX 50. So what is that? What is MX? Alex Rorig, thank you for the super sticker, man. That's awesome. But what is MX 50? Where are you $50? Is that real? Dude, thank you. That's called a big dick super sticker. That's what we call that. Thank you, man. But what's the MX? Just want to make sure I understand. You know? Thank you, dude. Sincerely. Sincerely. Thank you. I appreciate that. My kids can eat tomorrow now. So thank you. Mexican peso. Is that what it is? It says the dollar sign, so I don't know. But either way, I don't care if it's 50 cents. I still thank you. I sincerely, I appreciate it. But so that's Mexican dollars. So $1.25, 50 Meg. Is that really what it is? Mexican pesos? Are you in Mexico, Alex? Alex Rorig? My cousin lives in Mexico. Mexican dollar. Okay. That makes more sense. Thank you, though, man. I enjoy the fun we're having with it, too. I'm learning. You're teaching me. Yeah. Victor says, just drop a D lineman into coverage and blow Sam's mind. That's great. So Strike who's back again. Thank you, man. He says, I see paradise and I get angry at Mac again. What's small peepee? Small peepee? Small peepee. Well, remember too, that's awesome, Alex. I see that. Repping the Jets in Cancun. Fuck yeah, man. We're worldwide, baby. We are. So, dude, remember we needed a center so bad 2 years ago, 3 years ago now. We needed a center so bad. We had no center. We had Jonathan Harrison. We just cut, the hell was his name? Spencer Long. We just cut him, and we had Jonathan Harrison. So we needed a center. Paradise is free. He's one of the best centers in the league. Gary V is his agent. Gary V is Paradise's agent. And he put out that we're not hearing nothing. We're hearing no news. Everybody's like, dude, we're definitely going to sign Paradise. He's the number one position we need. And the number one Jets fan, vocal wise, in the world is his agent. Of course he's coming here. And then Gary V put out that tweet. It takes two to tango. They showed no interest. Mac didn't even reach out. That's how ridiculous of a GM he was. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So, yeah, look, Alex says he's in Cancun, everybody. That's awesome. So now I know, though. That's so super cool. I was looking at it. I didn't get it. So Manton says Carolina beat writers have said Darnold has looked great in camp. Maybe he has. He didn't look great in that game. He didn't look terrible in the game either, to be fair. I don't know why they're not letting him throw the ball. I don't know. Maybe practice is enough. Maybe Matt Rule knows what he's doing. I don't know. Matt Rule is not impressing me thus far, and I like him as a coach. Right, Frankie. Yeah. See, Frank said that too. The ghost's going to get sand. Oh, tell me about it. And Strike said when Mac passed on him, he was pissed. Yeah, dude, we all were, man. Am I coming to Carolina? Well, I haven't decided yet. I'm working it out. I'm going to figure it all out this week. I have to see exactly. Like I said, I don't know if you were here. I pitched the stadium to see if they'll give me a tour. Like the Jets fans coming down, I do that around the country. I go to different events and I try to get them to make a little deal with me. Like I'll make content for the place and give them some promotion if they let me in for free and everything, and give me a tour around. So that's like a cooler way to do it. I get really neat access that way sometimes. So I'm waiting to see what they say. If they say yes, I'm definitely coming. So, but I probably have to make a decision before I'll hear back from them. So I'll let you guys know, I promise. I'll let you guys all know which games I'm going to and where I'm going to be, because I'd love to meet as many of you as I can. Well, interestingly, Friggledy, Ryan Khalil was replaced by none other than Parodies. And then we talked Khalil, not we, but Joe Douglas talked Khalil off the couch. That was a great move by Joe Douglas. Didn't work, but come on, dude. The guy was given the keys to a car with no tires, and then we're mad at him because he put a bald tire on. Like, here's your keys, here's your car, but there's no tires. Yeah, drive it. We want you to drive it. Drive us around, please. You know? So he talked to former Pro Bowler off the couch, and he only retired the year before, so it wasn't unrealistic. It's a great move. Just didn't work. I was very impressed. I don't know if Gary Vee's a fraud or not. I like Gary Vee. I don't pay too much attention to him, but I like him overall. He did say that Adam Gase was a great hire, though. Got to give him that. He was the one Jets fan that I saw, and I saw thousands of Jets fans. All the places I talked to Jets, he was the only one I saw that was actually defending the move. No one else was. No one that I saw, anyway. And Parodies was replaced by McGovern. That is crazy, right? Think about that. So Ryan Khalil was in Carolina. He retires. They signed Parodies, who we should have got. McGovern replaces him. We signed Khalil over here, and then McGovern replaces Khalil. That was a crazy little switcheroony there. Yeah, absolutely. So, like, if I go to that game, guys, I'm gonna be reaching out to see where I should go. I don't know anything about it. I do know I'll be hitting Carowinds, though. I'll tell you that. Right, NPC, and that's pretty much. Look, a lot of that is our fault. It really is. A lot of that is our fault. We never gave him a coach. We never gave him receivers. Never gave him any protection. So whatever flaws he had in college that could have been worked out weren't. Like his rookie year, he looked pretty good, and then the second year he looked even a little bit better, and he just started to go down. The happy feet and the scared and the trauma, you know. But that's the difference. That's why we got to protect this Zach kid. 12 Cut Pizza wants to know how I afford to travel every day like you do. Well, number one, I did well for myself for a while. Okay, like I was an executive director for many years, and I did well. You know, and so I had like just a little bit of something. I'm not a millionaire or anything like that, but I did okay. And then I live very, very cheap. Like I bought my RV, so I don't have a mortgage. Um, I bought, I have like a membership, this nationwide thing, so I can stay places for free. I paid a lot for it, but I've already made my money back twice over. Um, and I make a little bit of money here and there, so I have some very meager income, but it keeps me going. But we live cheap, 12 Cut. I live cheap. That's why most of the amusement parks I go to, they let me in, you know. they let me in for free. A lot of them, half of them at least. And then I have memberships, like Six Flags is like $10 a month or something like that. But yeah, no sweat, man. I got to be careful though, you know. We live cheap. We're very creative with how we live. That's right, the Soda Stream, baby. That's how I make my seltzer. So you see what he's saying? That's this right here, the Soda Stream. Like I don't buy seltzer anymore, 12 Cut. I pour water and I seltzer it myself. And I drink my seltzer water. But that's how. I'm running out of money though, I'll tell you that. I'm gonna have to do something soon. Let's see. Okay, we'll do like two more. Yeah, man, the sweat, buddy. Cedar Point does rock. I agree. So yeah, Braden, that's a good point. So another way is, honestly, if you guys would like to support the channel, I have a Patreon. It's actually in the description of this video. It's there. You click on the link. I have 3 tiers, 5, 10, 25, or you can create your own tier and give me $1 million if you'd like. I will happily accept that. But yeah, it's a monthly thing, you know, and we do some fun stuff, you know. It's just ramping up. It's new. But like every Wednesday, like I'll be there tomorrow with these guys. We go in there and we chat, and I ask you guys what you think of this or that. You guys give me ideas. You tell me what sucks, what doesn't suck, and then a certain tier gets the podcast a day earlier than everybody else. And there's once I get enough people in the 3rd tier, that you guys will get a live chat with me every week. So just like, you know, similar to Discord and all that, but it'll continue to build. It's the first wave of it right now. But yeah, we got a nice little crew in there. If you guys see it as I'm giving you value, and just maybe you can give me $5 a month, $10 a month, $25 a month, it'd be great. So you can do that. Thanks for reminding me, Braden. I always forget to do that. I always forget to let people know. But 12 cut, that's a way that people can support me. Patreon. Like I said, the link is in the description of every video I do, in particular this one. Let's see. Oh, super chat here. Monton. Thank you. Manton, sorry. Got you, homie. Be well. That's funny. Well, thank you anyway. I appreciate it. I do. And super chats is another way, 12 cut. So all this stuff, yeah. And you guys could support Full-Time Coaster Tour. I'm 100 and change subscribers away from monetizing that channel. So maybe I can do something there too. So little drips. And that's how we do it, you know? So, okay, I'm going to do Friggle D and Quick Dolo. Let's see what we got here. And then I'm going to wrap it up. I said I was going to do a half hour to my wife. It's been an hour and 37 minutes. Really look what JD has done to this roster and staff in such a short time. It's actually incredible when you step back and look. It really is, man. Like, people underappreciate the difficulty of the cleanup job that he did. Like, think about this. We're still paying this year Tremaine Johnson, Quincy Enunwa, and Le'Veon Bell. That's not even to talk about C.J. Mosley's contract with. Even if Joe Douglas wanted to get out of it, he can't. It's more expensive to get out of it. You might as well have him play. Now, I'm glad he's here, but he's making $17 million. This year, it's only 9, but next year, it's 17.5. The year after that, it's 18 million on the cap. So it's crazy what Mac was doing. So think about, when's the last time you thought about Tremaine Johnson? Well, we're still paying him $6 million, or it's $8 million this year. Bell's getting, I might have these wrong, but I think it's Tremaine Johnson is 8, Bell is 6, and Quincy Enunwa is 3.5. So think about that, dude. We're still paying for Enunwa. And everything else that he's done, dude, he's changing culture. And I know we throw that word around a lot, but he's like literally gutting this place. He's got to change everything. It's not as easy as just bringing in a few players, man. It's a systemic, diseased atmosphere. Nothing can win here. And so I think I agree with you, Fergal D. It's nothing short of amazing. And we're just getting started. Think about this. While he was cleaning it all out, he created out of thin air an entire additional draft class worth of draft capital, which included 2 firsts, a second, 3 thirds, 2 fourths, 3 fifths, 4 sixths. Like, it's crazy what he's done. 3 thirds, 3 sixths, something like that. But dude, it's incredible what he has added while cleaning it out, getting rid of expensive guys that are poison, not going to help us, like Jamal Adams, like Darryl Roberts, like Tremaine Johnson. Got rid of all of them. You know? So, Quick Dolo, what's up, man? Thank you for the comment. I thought Ryan Khalil was a bad move. The offensive line was just getting used to each other. Then JD broke the chemistry just before the season, replacing him with Khalil. But I get what you're saying, but don't forget, the line wasn't exactly playing together yet. We just brought over Kelechi Osemele. I forget who the right tackle was, but so Jonathan Harrison was getting his first time really starting. He finished the year before, but that line was all pieced together just that year anyway. So, and the thing is, you got to remember this. They didn't like what they saw in Jonathan Harrison. Remember, the first month or so, they were saying Jonathan Harrison was the guy. And obviously, they didn't like what they saw as the starter. So they brought in somebody else. That's why they did that. And look, man, I like Jonathan Harrison. It seemed like whenever he came in, we played better. But he's been on two or three teams since he left. Like Buffalo had him last year. They cut him. So, like, what is it about him? He seems like a great guy. He seems work ethic, all those things. But there's something up with him. So I think, like, when you look at it through the right lens, like if Jonathan Harrison was manning it up perfectly, like nailing it down, they wouldn't have needed to sign Khalil. But clearly they saw something that it wasn't going to work. He wasn't the guy. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. I really do. I wondered, the truth is, I wondered that when we brought Khalil in. But I liked the move because I thought the upside was there. Now, here's where I'll really agree with you. I think they should have moved on from Khalil maybe a week or two before they did. I think it was injury that got it. But clearly, at 2-3 weeks in, it was clear he's not going to come back. And they kept him. So that was the problem I had with it. It's a good point, man. It's a good point. But I think we got to factor in that Jonathan Harrison wasn't starter material as much as we wanted him to be, you know? So that's my thoughts on it. But I think it's a good point with the chemistry. But I don't think the chemistry was really there yet. They had never played a game with each other. A couple preseason games. Kelechi Osemele. Who the hell was it? I forget who the right side of the line was for some reason. I can't seem to remember it. Yeah, the 2020 draft class has taken some hits. Now, here's what I think. Number one, I think Becton, if he can stay healthy, and so far he's okay. Like I said, all the drama they're creating, it hasn't been real, you know. But we don't know moving forward. But if he can stay healthy, I think that he's got all pro potential. Okay. Mims is an absolute stud. What they're doing right now, he's day to day, so it's precautionary. They're keeping him for they already know he can catch all those things. But he missed last year, so we got to keep an eye on that. Ashton Davis can't stay healthy either, so he's a problem. Jabari Zuniga is a problem. He had that issue in college, and he hasn't been able to string together more than 2 games since he's been here. So that's a problem. But when you look at LaMichael Pirine, our first 4th-round pick, like Denzel Mims, I'm super high on. So Becton, Mims, I think are fine. LaMichael Pirine, I think, is going to be a contributor. 4th-round pick. It's good. I love Jabari Zuniga, but, dude, again, his availability is weak. So him and Ashton Davis are really suspect. That's 2 third-round picks right there. But then when you get into Bryce Hall is a stud. Now, he might not be a lockdown cornerback 1 kind of a thing, but I believe he's going to be on the team for a long time, and I think he's an asset. I think that's a fantastic pick. Braden Mann, if we got our good punter, we got our punter. And then you look at like Bryce Huff, Javelin Guidry, who I still don't like, by the way, but it is what it is. If he's developing fine, he looks better than I thought he would. So there's that. Lamar Jackson, who I happen to like. Those are undrafted free agents. Those are included. So I hear what you're saying. I really do. And our 3rd-round picks are rough. But if Mims stays healthy, dude, it's a great draft. If Mims and Hall and Pirine, it's a great draft class. It's way much, way more than we ever get out of a draft class. So that's my thought. But I hear what you're saying. And it's going to take, we got to watch. Ashton Davis and Zuniga are huge disappointments for me. Huge. I didn't like the Ashton Davis pick anyway. I'll be real honest with you. I didn't like it when it happened. I thought the draft was going swimmingly before that pick. And James Morgan, I almost forgot. And we'll see what he does. Braden Mann looks great in the preseason. Very good. Very good. He had an okay year last year. Don't forget, we sucked last year, man. You know, that stuff permeates, sinks into everything. Brian Winters, that's who it was, Victor. Thank you. And Brandon Shell, that's who. Thank you, guys. How did I forget those guys? So Winters and Shell were playing together, and then they had Harrison for the last couple weeks of the year. So you now look, man, you have a point. You do. Again, I think it's more about Jonathan Harrison not being what they thought a starting center should be. But you got a point. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. What's up, Larry Cook? I see you. Okay. Hey, is AK? Thank you for the super chat, man. I find myself increasingly spending time on non-beat outlets. Just so tired of the same old LOL Jets takes. Connor is a child, and Samini is an Eeyore. Oh, that's good. That's good, man. Thank you. That's a good one. That is funny. He is Eeyore. Yeah, dude, let me tell you. The honest truth is I don't spend any time on the beats anymore. I don't. I'll read some tweets and stuff just because camp reports, like they have the access, so we got to see it. You know, I'll read that, but I don't read articles for nothing anymore. I just don't. I find my own information and I draw my own conclusions. Look at that. See that? My phone that's why I got backup. You see that? Everything just, my other thing just flat out quit on me. Can you guys still hear me? Am I still good? Am I still good? But yeah, AK, I could not agree more. I have very little tolerance, an interest in reading somebody's twisted take on things. It's just like, why are you pointing? Like, here's the way I look at the Jets beat writers. They have access, so they should be giving us information. The thoughts, like, are they trained in football? Like, what's your background? Like, why am I listening to your opinion? That's just mine. I could be dead wrong. But the way I see it is like, shut up and give me the information. Let us as fans pontificate. You know what I mean? So, but that's funny, man. That was a goodie. JT Hassel's a good one too, right? He had a good game. Yeah. Well, let's see how he does this week. Quick dolo. You gotta realize every year we have a guy or two that shows up in the preseason that we fall in love with, and they suck. They suck. So let's see how JT Hassel comes out. Well, the good news for him is that there's room on the roster for him, and he's showing up. So, like Eminem said, you got to seize it and hold it. This moment is golden, or something like that, right? All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. You guys are rocking with the chat. I find myself consistently interested. Good. I'm glad I can hear you, or you can hear me. And the Jets beat I ever liked was Dan. Yeah, Lieberfeld's okay. You know who else I like? What's that other guy? He broke the Gase McCagnon getting rift, and the McCagnon getting fired. Like, everybody was saying it's not going to happen on the beat, and he was the only guy. What the hell is his name? You guys know who it is? He's like a little bit fringy on our beat. He's not like really our beat, but he's a reporter for us. Lieberfeld is pretty good. And what the hell is his name? Anybody know? I want to say Paul, but good night, Jeremy.
Yeah, Zuniga's an effective pass rusher. Great jump, very powerful. Yeah, man. Turns the edge nicely. He just hasn't done it. If you look at last week's game, go on Game Pass and watch the game. There were 2 plays that he was in. 2. It might have been 3. He had pressure. There was one play that there was a sack, and he had pressure. He was pushing the left tackle back into the quarterback, so he couldn't escape that way. He didn't make the tackle. He didn't make the sack. But he was there, and he was important to it. So it just sucks. 2 plays later, he's out again. So I like Zuniga. Watch his college tape, man. I think you'll like it. He was a development type of a guy, but I think it wasn't like a 6th round pick development. He was a 3rd round pick for a reason. I thought he should have been a 4th round pick, but that's neither here nor there. That's where I had him. But I liked him. When we drafted him, I was happy. But I even said it then. Said the concern with this guy is going to be whether or not he can stay healthy. And he has not done that. Edward Garcia, what's up, buddy? Hey, Bean, am I wrong for being nervous about AVT? I don't know why, but I'm not feeling very confident in him. Well, I think that might come from him being injured, right? We didn't see him in the last game. Dude, as soon as they called themselves the Smash Brothers, the Smash Bros, he was injured the next day. What did I tell you guys, right? Stop. Let's stop talking like that, please. So I don't know. I'm very confident in him. I think he's an absolute stud muffin. So I think we're shell-shocked, Ed. You know? It's hard not to feel nervous about this shit. All right, here we Friggle D says, David Clowney Award, best Jets preseason player that sucks when it counts. That's funny. Do you remember Stevie Anderson? That was the guy that kind of, I remember being like the first one that I thought was going to be great. Stevie Anderson, number 88. Number 88, for God's sakes. And they called him Forrest Gump. He was so fast. The fastest guy on the team. And he never did anything except in every preseason he was great. Same thing like Clowney. All right, Val Facciano. There he is, Friggle D. Thank you. I want to say Paul. That guy I like too. I think he's good. He actually digs up legitimate stories. That's what I like. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Let's see what Scully Tugboat says. I'm here because I love Salah. Have a cool story about him and his wife. It involved cookies and all things. Oh, see, now I want to hear this story. I can't do it, Scuffy. I got to get out of here. We're 2 hours into this thing. I can't even believe it. I told my wife I was going to do about 30, 45 minutes. At the most, I said. Troy Taylor, absolutely, Friggle D. That was the quarterback throwing to him. And then we had Trudeau. Remember Trudeau? Everybody said, Trudeau should be starting. Then who was it? Was it Kenny O or was it Boomer maybe? I think it was Boomer. Trudeau was behind Boomer, and then he got hurt, and Trudeau came in and laid eggs all over the place. Go ahead, Scuffy. Tell us the story. There it is. Okay. All right, hold on. Salah's wife brought cookies to the team before every game in San Francisco. They always stay at the Santa Clara Marriott before every game. So does she do that now? Is she going to do that for us? Salah's wife brought cookies to the team before every game in San Francisco. They always stay at the Santa Clara Marriott before every game. That's fantastic. I'd like to believe that she does that now. That's a positive, right? I think that's cool. That's our coach now. So our team's going to get free cookies from Salah's wife. I love it. Your sister is the general manager of the Marriott. There you go. See? That's how you get the inside scoop, Scuffy. I like that. I like that a whole bunch. That is a good story. Thanks for staring. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing that. That's a good one. I love inside scoops. Don't forget the milk, right? All right, Larry Cook, good night. I'm rewinding. Just got here. Thanks for staying up late. Yeah, that's all right, Larry. We had a good time. I even showed some comedy.
I think everybody.
Let's get that out of there. In a different day. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for hanging out, man. This was a good time. Entirely too long, but the reason it was long is because I was sincerely and genuinely interested in what you guys were talking. That's awesome. So I wish you guys adieu and have a great night. Get some sleep. Be safe out. Get some sleep. Be safe out there. And if you haven't checked out my new podcast vid, it's out. Whether or not Joe Douglas can overcome the curse. I think he might be able to. And I got you some reasons why. So with that said, I wish you guys a great night. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you next time. And then he goes and brings in Carl Lawson. What did the curse do? The curse took him. Joe Douglas knew this. And maybe didn't know it was him. But it was definitely taking some people. I brought in the medical team to make sure. Did you hear what Robert Saleh said about Carl Lawson? Said this is a freak. The guy does literally every single thing that you need to ensure you're going to be healthy. He works with the training staff. He works with the medical staff, the dietitian, everything. He hydrates. He stretches, the whole thing. The curse took him. Joe Douglas knew that. Again, he didn't know it was going to be Carl Lawson, but he knew. I love Jets fans. You name one other organization that deals with the shit that we deal with and is still this passionate. Sure, you got the little segments, the dog pound. But look at the Patriots fans. They just had 20 years of there are kids, there are 20, 21-year-old, 25-year-old people in this world that are Patriots fans who have never known losing. Never in their entire lifetime. They were born into this Belichick-Brady thing, and they have consistently won. They've won 6 Super Bowls. They've been to 9 or whatever it is. And then when they didn't get in there, they were the AFC Championship game or the semifinals or whatever. And what happens the year that Tom Brady leaves? Dude, you have droves of people leaving the Patriots. These are diehard Pats fans. This is what they have. Diehard Pats fans going to be Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. Why? Because I'm a fucking fan of Tom Brady. Bullshit. What is that? These are bold predictions because we don't have anything to go on, right? We have bologna. We have a bunch of bologna sandwiches, and we're taking one and saying one of these is prosciutto and fresh mozzarella and roasted peppers, but they all look like bologna. So we just got to guess. We have to guess. Oh, this is the one. If it's not, well, I guess we eat bologna. In 2009, they rode the Mangini Express, Rex did, right to the AFC Championship game. Then they built upon that and got to the 2010 championship game. And then it came. The worst offseason in New York Jets history.